what we're experiencing is actually not new. For those of you that know Mr. Arthur Hayes, he had a exchange called BitMEX, BITMEX. He was the first African American in this country with an exchange. His was online, and if you kind of do a little bit of research, you'll see some of the turmoil that he went through last year, which his exchange is still not back here in the United States. And so we're just forging a path that has to be this has to happen. I'm going to say this, it has to happen. And so we are diligently and patiently, I don't know if I'm going to say patiently waiting because I haven't been too patient, but we're going to make sure that everything is copacetic this week. Hopefully Monday, as I stated. But what is an exchange? An exchange is a place that you go and exchange fiat for a different cryptocurrency. And so our exchange is in existence because we saw the need for our community to really have firsthand experience, our firsthand customer service, because there's so many platforms out there that don't offer any type of customer service because of the fact that it's just it hadn't been really important to them to get back to people in reference to the loss of their funds, to just getting Bitcoin to them in a manner by which they can really transact and do business. And so, of course, prior to this, we have been able to make sure that we're giving everyone every single dime that they're putting into Bitcoin almost immediately. And so with other exchanges, some of them got to wait 24 hours, some got to wait 48 hours. And we've been having to experience that ourselves in the last week just because of how they've been doing things. But our exchange really is to cater to our community specifically, so that if there's questions, if you have team members or individuals that are unable to really do the technology part, I'm going to say just like in an easy way, we have somebody that can, or a team that can help walk people through setting up wallets, help them learn how to copy and paste their address so that they can transact. With the QR codes that are out there, they're able to actually have those QR codes scanned and learn what those QR codes look like, how to work them, and all of those things. And I know that Dimitri has been very instrumental in helping every individuals. For particular teams, we have Jasandra, who's in our office, that's assigned to that. And so our exchange is basically really just being that, just helping not just different teams in Novatech, because we have a lot of other companies that we deal with as well. But for Novatech specifically, it's just really been a pleasure for us to be able to help everybody on board kind of much easier than it would be if you had to take your seniors and some of the individuals that are not so tech savvy to get them acclimated to the new way that cryptocurrency is transacted through the way that Novatech is set up. And I don't know if there's any questions or anything. There's not too much light that I can shed other than what I've already shared. We are in the process right now, since we got back off tour, of setting up these locations inner city that we have been talking about. We have took another step this week on Friday, which is another thing that I've had to do. I wasn't able to really get on the computer so much, but we actually, one of our funders and a couple of individuals that we have been talking to really had to kind of step in to see exactly what they can do on the banking side. But it looks like Q3, we will be able to have several of the locations open where people can just walk in and come and do transactions if they would like, that have to do with Novatech. But not only that, those individuals that are also saving Bitcoin in their personal wallets on the side, along with, the reinvestment that they're doing inside of Novatech and those sorts of things. And so I'm just really excited about being able to move forward. And also, just on a side note, um, I have because I just signed this week coming back because we've been on tour. I actually signed as an executive with Vast Bank, VAST Vast Bank, which is a privately held bank, one of the only ones in the nation that actually have the right licensing to do some of the things that we need to get done. And so we're just waiting. That's going to be the last final. Once that is implemented, we won't have any of these issues. And we've been waiting on this for about 4 to 5 months. And so I'll be working very closely with them. It's a privately held family bank in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and we've just really been waiting on the opportunity to get involved with them, and they're waiting on the Federal Reserve banking system, and it's really interesting how these bank entities are set up. Although we've tried our very best to work with the likes of like a black owned bank, a black run bank, like you know, it just can't happen because of the way they have to report back to the Federal Reserve banking system and have massive amounts of money in reserve. And I was able to again lock arms with Vast Bank, and we've just signed that. That's one of the other things that we've had up our sleeves. We haven't been able to announce, but since I'm working actually on as a board on their board of directors, um, which is coming up, we're going to have a lot more opportunities that are available to us that are not afforded to some of these other banking industries just because of the way that they're set up. And so our exchange is going to be very unique. We're going to continue to grow. We're going to continue to push. We're going to continue to experience challenges. I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you that have been patient for the last week because it has definitely been a challenge. And so with that, I am going to yield the floor to anyone that has any type of Bitcoin questions, or maybe someone is looking for entrepreneurship in this space. There are some things that individuals can do and get going, and so and just to really quickly speak on what Kimberly was talking about the opportunities to work in the Bitcoin mining space, I'll just share what I have been sharing is that my son is got gainfully employed with a Bitcoin mining facility and is doing quite well. In fact, is just put an offer in to purchase his first home as a 28-year-old, a house bigger than I wanted him to get, but he's in Texas and his money goes a long way. I don't know how the property taxes will hit him, but it's really good to be able to um, have a child that is in the space and functioning well and learning the technology that Kimberly spoke about, which makes him employable to go anywhere and do almost anything. And so just really grateful to the Most High for the opportunity for him to spread his wings and do his thing in the Bitcoin mining space. And I also want to say to each and every one of you, if you're looking into Bitcoin mining, be very careful who you do business with. Bitcoin mining right now, I do know that that the platform called Compass has stopped allowing people to take withdrawals. I believe yesterday was the last day people could get their money out of that platform. There's a second platform that is folding. And so you have to be very careful when you get involved in mining pools, who you get involved with. I've been very open and letting people know that in the Bitcoin space with the mining pools, my husband and I probably lost close to $50,000 in 2019 when one of the pools, mining facilities went belly up. And it wasn't necessarily because the price of Bitcoin went down, it was because of greed and some of the things that were happening. So if you're looking into the mining space, please do get in contact with Kimberly, and please be very careful where you do your investments. the individuals that were responsible for the mining pool and mining facility that we were involved in was just brought to justice in December of 2021. I'm very glad about that. Um, and so we possibly could be, getting funds back from that, but we'll see what happens with that with the regulators. But again, be very careful. And we like to really, really keep our circle tight in this space. And the only reason we keep our circle tight is because we really only deal with people that we trust, um, because we kind of know what they're doing in its totality. And so, and that's the reason for that. Not that, we don't allow outsiders in and those type of things, but you really got to know who you're dealing with in this space, or you will really come up on the short end. And we've paid tuition in this space, learning things like that. So just wanted to share that with you all. And I am going to yield the floor.
There's always that there's always that concern that I have when it revolves around trust, especially knowing like I'm very family oriented. So everything that the organization that y'all stand for, I definitely stand for it too. And those that know me know that without a shadow of a doubt. But without a doubt, there is an inherent aspect of trust that I have when learning about this material, or trying to get with other people who know the information. So concisely, other than the book that was mentioned, what are a few other ways that we can just divest in the put ourselves in the material to learn it practically?
I can give a quick answer and just to test.
So you can see it, but you can go to my link tree and then you can see like some of the companies that I'll vouch for, and it's not many. And I do that on purpose as far as like um, not investors, sponsors, and different things like that. Like we don't do a lot of that only because we know what can happen. And so we're very careful who we get as sponsors. And I'm so glad that Celsius wasn't a sponsor for our tour.
Right.
Because in the middle of us in tour, they just pulled everybody's funds. And ladies and gentlemen, and as the gentleman said, you always hear the negative. Like there is a lot of stuff going on, and I think everybody should really be treading lightly right now, and kind of staying within the things that you're doing. And I also too inside of the virtual underground railroad, the virtual underground railroad, there's a section in there that is really dealing with all
Welcome
the
to
things that
99bitcoins.com. I'm Nate.
um, kind of speaks to some of the things that you all are doing with the different companies and some of those things, and just some of the things to start to look for in the event that something is going awry, because there has been a recurring theme when companies start to go out of business. Um, and so you got to know what those signs are and what they look like. And it just has all to do with making sure that you have access to your assets at all times. And so that's just one of the things. But we can share that stuff. But again, if you go to my link tree, you can get into the virtual Underground Railroad. I will start this week having more in-depth conversations about some of these companies that are closing up and filing for Chapter 11 and Chapter 13, and using your Bitcoin funds to cure their debts, because they are doing it. They started doing it on Thursday and Friday of this week. So, yeah, just be very careful.
I'd like to add, Sister Naja just mentioned, definitely, and I am going to plug her even more. Sister Naja just finished a 35 city tour across this country, educating communities from the curb, making sure that they had an understanding of the basics of entering to this space and what that means. Aside from that, she does have one-on-one sessions that she does, or small group sessions that she does. And I got to tell you, even some of the fundamentals that I myself have learned, or even gotten underscored, came from Naja. So when she says we're very careful on who we really entrust in this space, we certainly are. There are some reputable, depending upon how you learn. If you learn, by way of listening, then you definitely want to listen to, if you have Audible, you want to listen to books like The Bitcoin Standard. You want to read the Bitcoin White Paper. You can listen to the Bitcoin white paper as well. You want to utilize YouTube. YouTube University can be full of reputable educators in this space. I preferably, whenever I am orange peeling, and that's the term where you're initializing someone in Bitcoin education, you orange peel them. Well, it's sort of a play off of the matrix: blue pill, green pill, orange pill. So whenever I'm orange peeling someone, I do refer them to take a look at some of the videos that are on YouTube, such as I really like this one bit uh, this one Bitcoin educator who does very clear and concise videos, 99 Bitcoins. They are clear, concise, in an educational manner, no fluff, no fuss, and you definitely walk away with understanding. So, number one, reach out to Naja. Definitely follow the courses that she has available and the learning that she has available for you. You want to follow up with some reputable YouTube educators. You want to definitely get your hands on some good books. There's Bitcoin in Black America by Isaiah Jackson. That's a great book that gives you the look of Bitcoin and what it does through the lens of a person of color. Aside from that, there's, as I mentioned, the simplest Bitcoin book ever written. That's a good one. That's Fundamentals of Bitcoin, an understanding of our current money system and how Bitcoin fits in that picture and how it works for you. So those are some of the resources that we tick the box on, right? Also, too, take a look at your Cash App. If you have Cash App in your hand, then on Cash App, on your Cash App portal, when you go to Cash App and you press that B in the lower right-hand corner, there is a host of Bitcoin headlines by reputable publications such as Bitcoin Magazine. Those news articles are very educational. You can find that right in the palm of your hand on your smartphone in your Cash App application. You press the B, and then you scroll down and you'll see the latest headlines and news that you can use in the Bitcoin space. So there you have it, and the story of the beginnings of Bitcoin in an animated fashion. That is at the lower portion of that Bitcoin section on your Cash App portal. So you definitely want to refer to things such as that nature as well. Twitter, there is, a host of people dialoguing back and forth, but there's some good stuff on Twitter as well regarding Bitcoin. So you might want to make a Bitcoin one of your subject topics on your Twitter feed so that you can get information that way. Repetition, repetition and reputation is very good in this space. And those are the things that I think that you should rely upon. So those are my words of wisdom. And two, follow this group because in September, Naja and I will be coming to you all in South Florida in person. So you definitely want to be in the house when we do that because we're going to go more in depth about this ecosystem, what it means to Black and Brown people, what it means to underemployed people. So you definitely want to come to that event that's coming up in September as well.
All right. So
Awesome, awesome, Dr. Webb. Thank you, and thank the team down in South Florida for what you guys are doing, your leadership. I also want to acknowledge Kimberly Booker, amazing leader. I can't say enough about what you're doing and how you're educating, you're giving back your time, energy, and effort to our community to educate us in this space. I'm excited about some things that we're going to do together in the Maryland area. I want to acknowledge the Harriet Tubman of cryptocurrency, Miss Naja Roberts, this morning. This woman, guys, is freaking amazing. I've watched her travel the country, her and her husband with their kids, and just giving everything that they got to bring consciousness and awareness to the people. I'm telling you guys, this woman is amazing. And I thank God that I met her about a year ago and I locked arms with her and I am learning. I am a student of this space. And I'm grateful for Naja Roberts and her husband, Dimitri Roberts, for all that they have done for me and the team. Guys, we are on the front end of something huge, but we all know that the enemy is not just going to allow us to cross over easy. There will be growing pains. So that being said, guys, I'm going to transition and I'm going to get ready for our players overview. I have two amazing partners on the line this morning. And both of them are retired NFL players. One of them, Greg Harrell, he's a retired NFL player with the LA Raiders, right? He makes that very clear. and he's also an Olympian. This man is an Olympian, guys. And I got to say this for the record. I ain't never seen a black man bobsled. Right? So I'm impressed with this guy. And I am grateful for him because we go back about 15, 20 years. And he's an awesome leader and he gets it done. My other partner, JB Brown, he's from the DMV area, retired NFL player, 12 years in the league. And now he's aligned and we're all aligned with Novatech. And so we're doing this call today to bring, again, guys, not to recruit people, but to bring consciousness and awareness to the next major wealth trend that's coming down the pike. So I'm gonna turn this over to Greg. He's gonna welcome our guests as they come in, and then he'll share his story and bring it on to JB, and then they'll turn it back over to me, and then I'll go through the information. Greg, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Stan. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. We're really excited about this. Is our second week with the players overview for Novatech, and I'm gonna tell you.
Good morning, Greg.
Oh, good morning, George.
Yes, I'm here.
That's George Mears' son. Y'all might know Big George was played with the Washington Bullets back in the day. That's my guy, George. George, welcome to the call, George. Hey, so I tell you what, let's take a couple minutes and open the floor. Just introduce yourself and tell you where you're calling from. We're going to take a couple minutes, allow a couple more people to get on.
Mike Matthews from Chicago, Illinois.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
E. Hightower from Belleville, Illinois.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Sandy
Copes from Fruitland, Maryland.
Good morning, Sandy. Thank you for joining us.
Morning.
Daryl Ellis from Tucson, Arizona.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Hi, it's Sheila Ritter from Bowie, Maryland.
Thank you for joining us this morning.
Ann Fortune from Springdale, Maryland. Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the call.
Danny Lewis from Elk Ridge, Maryland.
Hey, how you doing, Daniel? Thank you for joining us.
It's me, Cletus.
Vera Patton from Brandywine, Maryland.
Hey, thank you for joining us, sir. Thank you.
Bridget Ellis. Cliff Hawkins from Hyattsville, Maryland.
Welcome to the call. Welcome to the call. Good morning.
Bridget Ellis from Jersey.
Good morning, Jersey. I heard Jersey. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Dr. Liz from Michigan.
Hey, Dr. Liz, good morning. Thank you for joining our call.
Myrna Sparks from Los Angeles, California.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for joining.
Good morning. It's Dr. J from Detroit, Michigan.
Good morning, Dr. J. Thank you for joining the call.
Good morning, Landis Burrows from Bladensburg.
Good morning. Thank you for joining the call.
Same here.
This is Andre DeMoya. I'm calling from the Wilson Bridge. Stan told me to go run the Wilson Bridge this morning, so I went and ran the bridge.
Hey, welcome from the Wilson Bridge. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
Healthy, wealthy, wise, guys.
Good morning. Welcome to the call. Everybody jump. We're gonna take another 60 seconds just to welcome. Then we're gonna start the call because we're gonna make sure we do not miss this information that you're about to hear today.
Gigi from New Jersey. Good morning.
Good morning, Gigi.
Honey from Baltimore. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for joining.
Is it okay?
Brian Steedley from Baltimore.
Hey, Brian. Thank you for joining, Brian.
Milton and Leah Harris from DC.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Chuck Coleman from Hotlanta.
Atlanta. Thank you for joining us.
Brian and Shelley Rawlings, Bowie, Maryland.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us this morning. 30 more seconds.
My name's
Valerie
Spencer.
Edwards from Upper Marlboro, Maryland.
Hey, thank you, Valerie.
Hey, my name's Spencer Gowland. I'm here with Bernie Kozar from Cleveland, Ohio.
There's my guy, Bernie. Bernie, how you doing, Bernie?
I think he's calling in from another line, but he should be on here.
Okay, Spencer. That's 2 days in a row I'm on the call with you two. I must be doing something right.
Yeah, we're looking forward to what you guys have to say.
Yep, thank you for joining us.
James Cobb, Harrelsville, North Carolina.
Oh, Tri-Cobb. Thank you for joining us, Tri-Cobb. Man, homeboy.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, this is Andre Muhammad from Fort Washington, Maryland.
Hey, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Okay.
It's Russell.
Hey, Russell, thank you for joining us, Russell. We're going to jump on. I tell you what we're going to do. Okay, if you can mute your phone right now, that'll be so we can have a clear line, because you don't want to miss this message that we got today. If you could just mute your line, take a second, mute your line. JB, can you hear me?
Recording in progress.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good. Hey, welcome everyone. Welcome to our second Saturday Novatech Players Overview. We're excited about this, and we're not going. JB and I are not going to take a long time for the intro for Stan, who's a close friend of JB, of course, and I played at Maryland, and then after that, of course, played in the league together, and also I had a chance to play with the Raiders, and also was in the '92 Olympics, just like Stan said. We're excited about what you're about to see today, but I'm more excited about being in business with JB and Stan, because these are guys that are straight up guys that I know that is about helping people, and you will see that today. So why Novatech for me? When I saw it, it made sense for me because of the fact of all the things like Stan always speak about, where the industry is. You gotta be able to adapt and learn instead of just sit back and observe. And so when I did my due diligence, I found everything that I was looking for. And I just wanted to share it with everyone that's on the call, and I appreciate and thank everybody that we invited to get on this call today. So JB and I, we're really excited. JB, pass the baton to you.
Okay, Greg, thank you. I call Greg Slim. Thank you, Slim. I want to thank everybody that I invited and everybody that's on this call. As Stan said, we're at the front of a wealth trend. This is exciting. I've read several times that this is akin to the internet when it first came around. We knew nothing about it. It was like, it just blew your mind. So this information is groundbreaking. It's great information, and we just want to share the information. It may not be for everybody, but there's a lot of people that will appreciate this and be willing to take advantage of it. So with that, I'm going to pass the baton to Mr. Stan Richards to explain the information.
All right, thanks, gentlemen. I'm going to jump right in, and JB, if you and Greg can let folk in as they pop up on the screen, because I made your co-host. That would be great. Welcome, everyone. My name is Stan Richards. I'm the author of a book called From the Bus to the Bentley, No More Limits. And that book talks about basically about my lifestyle coming from, growing up in the inner city of DC, driving a bus for many, many years. And at age 44, my life changed forever. I got in front of a major wealth trend, which was voice over IP back in 2006, and was blessed to retire, me and my wife, and we went on and started a nonprofit, wrote books, and did some amazing things over the last 15, 16 years. Excited to be here again with my good friends, JB Brown and Greg Carrell. They were kind of like my heroes, because I couldn't play football like that. You know what I mean? I had to pick a non-contact sport. So I decided to focus in on wealth trends. So long story short, a year and a half ago, I embarked in this space that we're sharing with you today. And it's doing some amazing things. But one of the things that excited me about this particular platform with Novatech is the power to be able to compound your earnings every single week that you'll make. And I'm gonna just share my screen here real quickly and show you the power of this and what I saw a year ago, okay? I'm gonna go to this calculator site, and it's called thecalculatorsite.com. Now, this calculator is not sanctioned by Novatech. I wanna say that for the record. This is just a calculator that anyone on the line can go to thecalculator.com and they can pull this up. Now, again, one of the things that excited me about this platform is the power to be able to compound our earnings every single week. Now, most of us have never been privy to compound earnings. if you think about a lot of the millionaires and multi-billionaires, they're getting paid in their sleep and they're able to take advantage of being able to compound their monies every single day and week and month. Okay, now the little guy like you and I can participate in this space with this platform called Novatech. I'm gonna give you guys a powerful example. I'm gonna start with $1,000. So let's say if you invested $1,000, right? And let me say this again for the record. There's no guarantees here, but our company Novatech has been showing between 2 and 4% return on investment for the last 3 years. Now, myself as a prudent businessman, okay, that just made too much sense for me because the banks are not getting any type of returns like this. Neither was my 401k. So I'm going to do an average of 3%. So let's just say you started with Novatech with $1,000. Now, I started with $2,500, but I started my son, who's in college. He's just turned 21 a couple of days ago. So I started him with $1,000 last August. Okay, let's look at these numbers. So let's just say you're getting an average of 3% weekly. Okay, now my son and I, we got a goal for 3 years. We got a 3-year plan for him. Okay, to get him out of college, to get him out of my house, and to get him out of my pocket. So this is the plan. Okay, so let's say you invest $1,000 like I did for him at 3% average weekly for 3 years, okay, compounding again weekly. Let's say you're not adding any more funds to this 1,000, okay? Let's look at these numbers, okay? You're looking at, okay, after 3 years, $100,000. Okay, that's the power of compound earnings. Now, I'm not going to go 5 years or 10 years because it will shut a lot of you guys down. Okay, but let me show you this real life. So let's just say, look at my screen here. You got $1,000 there. Let's look at year number 1. Okay, at a return of averaging 3%. Okay, that $1,000 now turns into $4,650. Let's look at year number 2. This is the power of compound earnings. Now you at $21,630. $21,630 compounding over the 3rd year, guys, comes up to $100,000. Okay, now I know a lot of you guys may be skeptical because, believe it or not, my son was very skeptical and my wife was too. Okay, so let's break this down monthly. Let's look at this monthly. Let's say you started with $1,000 and you're getting an average of 3%. Now, mind you, we average anywhere between 2 and 4%. So let's look at in the middle, 3%. So month number 1, you got $136. Month number 2, you got another $155. Month number 3, you got $176. Look at month number 6, ladies and gentlemen. Month number 6, your $1,000 has doubled to $2,156. So I tell people that if you're skeptical, okay, and this makes sense, you want to get in, but you're skeptical, get in, and after 6 months of compounding your earnings, you can pull your capital out, your principal, your initial principal, and play with house money. I tell people this all the time. We have partners on here who have not only doubled their monies, but tripled their monies over the last year, okay? So now I wanted to show you guys that really quickly, okay? Because this was one of the things that excited me about Novatech. Now, I'm going to stop sharing here. And okay, let me see if I can come out of here. Okay. Okay, now what I'm going to do is go over the information with you guys. Here we go. Okay, great. Can you see my screen, JB?
Yes.
Okay, great. Now, here's what I'm going to share with you guys. Hold on one second. I always like to start, before I share this information, I like to start with what this is and what it's not, right up front. That way, over the next minute and a half, if this doesn't make sense to you, you can just jump off the call. Okay? Now, I'm going to start with what this is not, right up front. Number one, it's not a get-rich-quick deal. It's not a money grab. It's not something that you want to invest in today and pull your money out next week. Okay? It's not a bank account. Okay? Number two, there'll be no hype. This overview that I'm going to share with you is more of a conversation. There's going to be no hype, no fluff, no gotchas. We're not trying to solicit your business. We believe that the truth is good enough, and our job is to give access. It's your job to choose if it makes sense, because we don't have to sponsor people or recruit people in Novatech, right? We're actually living this. And this is all deja vu for me, because I was blessed to get in front of Voice over IP when everybody had landlines, and it retired me and my wife, okay? So this is the next major wealth trend that's going to be 10 times bigger than Voice over IP, okay? So number three, this is not network marketing, this is not MLM, and this is not direct sales. That being said, okay, I love that industry. That industry took me from driving a bus 80 to 100 hours a week, 7 days a week, to time freedom. Okay? I have nothing bad to say about that industry. Retired my wife, has sent my kids to the best schools in the country. But I always like to be upfront. This is not that. And here's 3 reasons why. Number one, there's no fee to join Novatech. Number two, there's no monthly subscription in order to be qualified to be commissionable. And number three, you do not have to recruit people. You don't have to share this with anyone. You can be strictly passive, okay? Here's 5 things that this is. This is an opportunity. It's a trading platform where Novatech have professional, well-vetted traders that trade the cryptocurrency market on our behalf here in the US 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. That's what this is. Number two, in the cryptocurrency space, that's arguably, again, it's going to be the largest shift of wealth in mankind. I'm excited to be able to participate. Now, I always say success leaves clues. When you look at these major institutions like Fidelity and Morgan Stanley and Cash App, who are investing heavily in this space, when you consider the old Staples Center in LA is now called the Crypto.com Center, and the FTX Arena in Miami is now, all of this is around cryptocurrency. The mayor of New York, Eric Adams, requested his income in Bitcoin. See, when you see things like this, guys, something big is about to happen. What if we could have got in on the internet when somebody told you about the World Wide Web? We thought that was something out in space. No, I'm going to stay on the bus. I'm going to stay away from that. Well, the people who got involved, they're billionaires today, right? Number three, again, the power to be able to compound your earnings every single Friday, okay? It takes about 45 seconds. Number four, this does not interfere with anything that you're already doing. Let's face it, we all are busy. But it makes sense because it's another passive stream of income that doesn't interfere with what you're doing. You can set it and forget it. And here's the last one, guys. I'm gonna jump into the information. Number 5. Since inception of this company, June of 2019, everybody has made money between 2 and 4% return on their investment every single Friday for 3 years. That's huge. That just makes sense at the end of the day, right? So let's jump into the information. Now, what is Novatech? Novatech, ladies and gentlemen, is a subsidiary of NovaPay LLC that boasts some of the industry's top leading professionals worldwide. Simply put, Novatech, again, is a trading platform that has well-vetted traders that's been vetted by the owners that trade our investment in the cryptocurrency space 7 days a week. They also generate revenues from the Forex market. They generate revenues from crypto and debit card transactions, crypto mining, okay? They have Bitcoin ATM machines all over the country where they generate revenues, okay? Now, people ask me all the time, Stan, what makes this opportunity or this platform different from a lot of these fly-by-night platforms? Because we all know, guys, that the cryptocurrency space is the wild, wild west because it's not regulated. And if you don't know what you're doing, you can lose your shirt playing around in here, okay? Well, this is what I tell people all the time, JB. The owners, these people right here, okay, they have 40 years of experience in this space, number one. Number two, they reside right here in the U.S., and they're out front of the company, okay? You can touch them. A lot of these platforms that people are jumping on and losing their money, they don't know who owned the company. They don't know where the company is located. You need a VPN to join. And just because they're paying you 5 to 10% a day, folks are so gullible, they jump right in, and then in 6 months, the company goes away along with your cryptocurrency, okay? Here are their credentials on the screen. Now, Novatech, guys, was established in June of 2019 as a legally registered cryptocurrency hedge fund company. Keywords here, legally registered by the Department of Treasury, cryptocurrency hedge fund company, right? Right here in the US. In addition, Novatech is also a MetaTrader 5 broker, operating its own trading platform with one of the deepest liquidity pools in the industry. What that means is basically, guys, they are the broker. They're not operating on someone else's platform, okay? Now, let's talk about how this all works and come together. And I'm going to explain this where a 12-year-old can understand it. It has to be simple for me. Now, when you get started, all you're going to do is get back to the person that invited you on this overview, and they'll send you their link, okay, to register. You have to open up a Novatech account. We call it a PAM account. is nothing more to me than a bank account that you would open up online with Wells Fargo or Bank of America. They're going to ask you questions when you click on this link, like your name, your address, your username. They're going to have you create a username and a password. They're going to have you to create a 4-digit PIN. Okay? Just like you would if you opened up a bank account and you got a debit card. Everybody got a PIN number, right? It's called a PAM account. Now, PAM stands for, ladies and gentlemen, Percentage Allocation Management Module. Simply put, it's a pool of funds inside a cryptocurrency or Forex trading account. Inside of this account, you have professional, well-vetted traders that go into this account and trade our investment on our behalf 7 days a week in the cryptocurrency space here in the US, right? Now, I know what you're thinking if you're guests online. I thought the same thing, right? And here's a question I had for Cynthia Petion when I met her. You know, I had a ton of questions, okay? Because I want to make sure that this company is what they said it is before I invited my good friends, JB and Greg Harrell, to join this platform. So my question to her was, what are the likelihood of this company losing our money, straight up? And she said to me, Stan, that's very unlikely, simply because we would never, ever trade this entire hedge fund. Now, let me explain, guys, what a hedge fund is. It's just like a mutual fund, okay? Now, to be honest with you, prior to Novatech, I never participated in a hedge fund. I never really knew what it is. It's just like a mutual fund, like your retirement plan is in a mutual fund, right? Now, let me bring this to life for you. We got 82 people on this call. So let's just say if 82 of us said yes to Novatech and we're all going to start with $1,000. So now you got $82,000 in this hedge fund account. And per Cynthia Petion, the traders go into this account, and she said to me, they only trade 20 to 30% daily based on market conditions. Okay? Well, we know over the last 90 days, the stock market is a sea of red. Everyone's 401ks are down, and companies are going out of business. How in the world are we making money? Right? Because they go into this hedge fund and they only trade based on market conditions. So that tells me when the market, number one, they're very good at what they do. But when the market is very volatile, they're not trading that day or that hour. Okay? Now, number two, they have very modest goals. So they're not trying to get rich overnight. Per Cynthia Petion, once they reach their threshold for today, they are instructed to stop trading and come back and trade again tomorrow. Right? So now I sleep good at night. Okay? Now, after 7 days of trading, every Thursday evening, the company looks at its books. And again, we're proud to say, and we believe the truth is good enough. Over the last 3 years, this company has shown profits every single Friday between 2 and 4% return on investment. So when those profits come in every Thursday, 70% of those profits, ladies and gentlemen, are paid back to you and I, the investors. The other 30% goes to run the company. It's a 70-30 split. That's an industry standard. Okay, I'm good with that because I haven't done anything for my 2 to 4% aside for put it in the PAM account. Now, every Friday, guys, we log on to our accounts just to see what our returns were for this week. Now, this week past, it was 3.3%. The week before, it was 4%. The week before that, it was 2.78%. Okay? So now, here's the cool thing about this. You log into your account, you see what the returns are on your investment. You have choices, you have options. So you can withdraw those returns if you like, no questions asked. And they're in your external wallet within 24 to 48 hours. Or you can reinvest, you can compound, which we recommend because this is a 1, 3, 5 year play. Okay, so you can compound those earnings, or you can do nothing and let it sit in the account until the following week. You have options, right? Now, keeping it moving. Okay, track your progress. Guys, I want you to look at my screen. Okay, now from January 2021 through December. Okay, look at the return on investment here. Okay, from January 2021, no, I'm sorry, from January to June. This is an old slide here, old slide deck. Sorry, I'm using my old computer. My new computer crashed, so I had to go back to the old one. So look at these numbers here, guys. So January 2021 through December, our return on investment was 15.7%. From June 2021 to December, we closed out last year with 14.825% every single month. So it made a no-brainer for me because my thinking is, okay, Stan, if you have money sitting in a bank account and the national average is 0.6% return, and Novatech is giving you, let's just say 14.825%, why wouldn't you test that water? To add insult to injury, ladies and gentlemen, the economy, okay, inflation is 9.1%. So think about this. You got your hard-earned money sitting in a bank account at Wells Fargo somewhere, you're getting 0.6% a year. The rate of inflation is 9%. So you're losing money trying to save money. Okay? Well, if you consider again your 401k or your IRA or any of those deals, at best, you're good, a broker who's making a sweet piece of change off of you, he's getting you 15% in a good year. We're talking about that in a month. Okay? Keeping it moving. Why is Novatech different? Okay? Here's 4 reasons why, guys. Number 1, there's no expiration dates. It simply means that you can make an investment into Novatech. They'll trade it as long as you want. You don't have to add another dime, and you can cancel at any time. Okay? Number 2, this is huge. You have 100% access to your capital. So you can pull your money out at any time, or you can reinvest your money. Look at number 3. There's no earning caps. Novatech will trade as long as you want. And we also been getting an average of 3% a week, anywhere between 2 and 4% a week. Okay? The owners are right here on U.S. soil. It's a hedge fund account that's registered by the Department of Treasury. It's not an MLM. You don't need a VPN, and you don't have to recruit people in order to be profitable. Okay? Now, this is real simple. Once you create your account, all you're going to do, guys, is pick a package. And we tell people to get in where they fit in. Now, this account must be funded with cryptocurrency. These are the cryptos that we use. We use Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, or Litecoin. And we also do USDT, ERC20. Okay? Now, don't be alarmed if you don't own any cryptocurrency. When I started, I didn't own any. And most of us on the line, we didn't own any. Okay? We use Crypto Blockchain Plug, Naja Roberts and Dimitri Roberts, okay, in order to purchase cryptocurrency, or you can purchase it from Cash App or Coinbase in your external wallets in order to fund your package. Now, once you create this account, you have 48 hours to fund it. After you fund the account, your account is being traded 24 hours later. So I tell people all the time to just get in where you fit in. Now, there are no guarantees here, guys. Don't invest any monies that you cannot afford to lose in this space, okay? Please mute your line out if you're just coming on. Now, all you're gonna do from there is you're gonna pick a package. And here's what's so cool about this. You can get started in Novatech as low as $99. Where can you participate in a hedge fund for $99? Okay, up to $24,999, which is our platinum package. So all you're gonna do is pick a package. There's no service available in the following states, guys. Texas, South Carolina, Hawaii, Montana, and Alaska, due to state regulations, okay? Now, we have higher packages for higher investors, okay? Now, we have a VIP package that starts at $25,000. Here are the benefits. Okay, Novatech says we will trade your account for 30 days. After 30 days, okay, we will give you an additional 1% cash back on top of your earnings. Okay, and they'll waive the $25 fee. And then we have the President's Club package. Okay, for people who want to invest $100,000 or more. Here are the benefits. They give you 2.5% cash back return on top of your earnings. So now you're making money on top of money. And they also give you a $1,000 bonus, and they waive the monthly fee. Now, believe me, guys, we got people joining at this package all day, every day. And here's why. People who have money, successful people who have money, are always looking for vehicles where they can park their money that's going to work for them as hard as they work for it, period. They're not going to put their money in a bank, okay? It's just not going to happen. They're looking for vehicles. So I tell people all the time, I don't go out to do Novatech. I just do Novatech while I'm out. I just shared this with JB. I shared it with Greg as I go about my life. And it was a simple question. Are you doing anything in the cryptocurrency space? And both of them said yes. And then I said, well, I have a vehicle that's getting me 2 to 4% return. If you're interested, I'll get you some information. And here we are today. That's it. That took less than a couple of minutes. Now, what also come with your account is a dedicated support portal. Any questions, issues, concerns, you just email Novatech and they're at your service in 8 to 24 hours, okay? But you also get support from our team here. We have an amazing team of professional athletes, doctors, lawyers, you name them, they're in our group here. So, you know, we pretty much support everyone that comes on board, okay? And the cool thing about this, we are all learning this space. It's a learn as you earn business, right? Now, that's it. Now, what I'm going to do before we close out, guys, and I'm going to ask Greg and JB to close us out. I'm going to transition and I'm going to talk about just briefly about 2 minutes about the business side of this, because there is a business side of this. Okay. But I just want to recap for the passive investor, the investor that says, you know what, Stan, I'm looking for another bucket. I want to set it and forget it. I believe in this crypto space. Okay, I want to put a few dollars over here and let it work. You can do that here. And all you have to do is every Friday, it takes 45 seconds to look at your account, compound your earnings, or either withdraw them, and then you're off to next Friday. Okay, that's it. Now, we have a business side of this, whereas you as an investor can also get commissions if you decide that you want to share this with other people. So here's the benefits. You won't just be not only compounding your investment on Friday, but you also get commissions on Saturday that you get to compound or withdraw as well. That will take your account overall through the roof, right? Now, let me explain how this works. Really simple. I always like to say this for the record. What I like about this affiliate program is, number one, you don't have to use it, but it's there if you want to. Number two, it's no smoke and mirrors. What do I mean by that? There's no gotchas. There's no, oh, we're going to pay you up to this. We're going to pay you up to that. They don't pay you in points. They don't pay you in rewards. Okay? They pay you in cryptocurrency. When you do this, you get paid that. There's no games here. There's no smoke and mirrors. Let me explain these 7 different ways and then we're done. Okay? The first way is what we call a direct referral bonus. Let me explain this. I shared this with Greg. Greg said, I'm in. He picked a package. The company pays me a direct referral bonus. Now, as Greg's package compound to the next package, or either if he wants to add funds, you can always add money to your account. When he reached the next package, they also pay me an upgrade bonus for doing something one time. Okay, real simple. Do this, get paid that, right? Number 2 is called indirect referral bonuses. That simply means when Greg shared this with JB, and JB said, okay, I'm down. JB comes on board. Greg gets a direct referral bonus, but Stan Richards get a indirect referral bonus. And this goes on 7 levels deep. So now you're getting paid for something you ain't have nothing to do with. I like that. That's called leverage. Number 3, we have fast track bonuses. Number 4, this is big, guys. Listen closely here. Novatech says, we're going to pay you out a lifetime check matching bonus every week. Well, what is that? Okay, that simply means that everybody that you personally sponsor, in July 26th, I'm coming up on 1 year in Novatech. I've sponsored 105 people. Novatech says every Friday, when those 105 people get their returns, whatever their returns are, Stan Richards, we're going to pay you a 5% check match from the company. And here's what's so exciting about this. Every week, every one of those people, their account goes up. So guess what? Your check matching goes up every single week. And it gets gooder. This goes on 9 generations deep, 9 levels deep. It's amazing. So I sponsored 105 people and coming up on a year, but have over 3,000 in my network. And these are folks, most of them I'll never see, meet, or service a day in my life. Okay? That's true leverage there, guys. Number 5 is what we call a residual bonus. So remember I spoke about that. There's a $25 fee After they trade your account for 30 days, they will charge you your account $25. Okay, service charge. Okay? And I'll tell you this up front, it's better than the broker. Now, the company is so generous, they actually pays that out to the investors, you and I, in the form of a residual payout. And then you have rank advancement bonuses as well. If you decide that you want to build an organization, but you don't have to do that, they'll pay you, once you hit these ranks, anywhere from $100 to $100,000. And then there's profit sharing pools as well, okay? I'm excited about that. I'm excited about what we have our hands on, and I'm excited about being in business with my good friend, JB Brown and Greg Carrell. So that being said, I'm gonna turn it back over to you, Greg, to close us out.
Wow, Stan, we really appreciate you. I tell you, every time I listen to you, I get excited and just want to get involved all over again, man. It's just so exciting. I appreciate you taking the time and being committed to the company and committed to JB and I when we sat down with you a couple weeks and said, this is what we want to do is help people. We just want to thank everybody. I want to thank everybody for that, that we invited to come out today to listen. Like Stan just said, you just earn while you learn. We don't know all the information. We learning just like everybody else. And you know what? But the great thing is we're doing it together. And that's a beautiful thing that you can grow together, learn together, and earn together, and then go share with other people who may be looking for the same thing, for something that to balance what they're doing. So we're really excited. We're committed to doing this and building this. When JB and I sit down a couple weeks ago and say, let's talk to Stan, and Stan say, yes, we can do this. So I want to thank everybody, each and everybody for one that came out today. And we are really excited. And just like Stan said, we're going to push this into and share it with everybody we know. JB?
I too want to thank everybody because you've taken the most important step. Whoever invited you, give back to them if you're interested. But the biggest thing is just people looking at this. And I implore everybody to do their research if they're interested. This is a brand new frontier. And I said frontier. Like Stan said, this will be bigger than the internet. It's blowing my mind. A book that I'm going to recommend is The Truth About Crypto by an author named Rick Edelman, RICEDELMAN. There is a learning curve with this, and we are all learning, like Greg said. And every Friday, we call it Fry-Yay. We're looking forward to our accounts growing. Even Saturdays is a Saturday. So I'm thankful to everybody that came on. Get back to the person that invited you, and let's go do this.
Awesome, guys. Have a great day now. This call's officially over. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Recording stopped.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're pretty much winding down here. Definitely want to thank you all, and to see if there are any questions. We definitely did a great job. We started a little bit late. It was a little bit of mix up with the time, but we still did it. We were very efficient and got out of here as we promised here by noon. So are there any questions? Any comments? Yes, sir. Yes. Yeah. Okay, great. So you're a member of this church? Okay, great. So you'll get with, I don't even see them. Where'd Brother Darren go? Okay, so hopefully they'll come in here soon to close us out. But yeah, that's been part of our journey, and hopefully you see all the tie-ins. So we start off, Black Wealth Consortium is how we even got into the space. I myself got into this space in January 2021, but we did a pilot in 2020, and I tapped in the second group as they came around, and as a wealth manager, definitely as a fiduciary, being mindful of the space as well. It took me a minute to get into this thing, so now I'm to the point where we don't, as you saw, we had all the other asset classes up there. We don't want to ignore those classes, but we just want to add this one. So being diversified is the key. I believe it's Ecclesiastes 11:2, 11:5 says, divide your funds or divide your wealth among 7 or 8, for you do not know what's going to happen on the earth. So that's biblical. It's actually there. So tapping into the space is the key. And then, of course, being prudent in this space is also the key, with understanding that as it's developing itself, is risky, but we don't throw our mortgages in there. We don't throw our whole savings account. We're not doing all that crazy stuff, putting all in, but we do need to tap in. So that being the key. And he asked about the Nova ticket, and he was interested in it, so obviously you'll follow up with him. Yes. Yes, so any other questions or comments? And I'll, oh, you, okay. Don't sit down.
First of all, thank everybody for coming out. Listen, it's a blessing having you out. As part of men's ministry, it is our obligation and our duty to, see, I got saved a long time ago, right? So I've been saved a long time ago. But it was a hard deal learning how to navigate through life for the next 50 years after I got saved. I think I got saved in my 20s. Nobody taught us how to be an adult. Nobody taught us how to invest money wisely. Nobody taught us the basic essentials of being an adult for the next 40 or 50 years of our lives. Nobody taught us how to pass generational wealth down to our families, right? If you look at cities like West Park, Miami Gardens, Opelika, Hallandale, I'm going to just name those. West Park, everybody know those cities, right? Everybody know every one of those cities. They are all gentrified now. I mean, I got nothing against any other culture, right? But I love my people. I love my people. And so people are buying our houses at 25, 30% on the dollar. And then they're selling them back to us at 150% on the dollar. So that just doesn't make sense to me. I've been a mortgage lender for almost 30 years, TC and I. I've been a community development officer at major banks around the. Nobody tells us the educational pieces. They just say, go get a mortgage. But how? Nobody says invest. And if they say invest, how? We see a 30-second commercial with Steph Curry on the commercial talking about FTX. But what is FTX? We don't even know what it is. We don't know what investment is. And I got to tell you, if you spend your money on because you saw a commercial, that's emotional buying. And you run the risk of losing everything you got. And then you get mad at the system and the process because you didn't take the time to listen and learn. Yes, sir. Okay. So there are experts here. So what they didn't talk about was an e-wallet. And I think next time y'all want to talk about an e-wallet for a second? Because that's how the money goes in and it goes out, right? See, come on. Y'all got a minute? Because this is important stuff. And so come on up. Because my Saturdays are about learning now. I don't watch cartoons anymore and eat Fruit Loops.
The question I'm answering is what now? Conversion rates. Okay. so let's go back to the beginning real quick. Like 5 minutes or less, right? All right, so first of all, a Bitcoin can be split into 100 million units called Satoshis. So a Satoshi to a Bitcoin is like a penny to $1. You follow? Yes or no? No. Okay, got it. So I have a wallet here. There's a buck in here, right? How many units can I split $1 into? 100 pennies, right? Okay, a Bitcoin, imagine a Bitcoin being a digital dollar, just for kicks and giggles. You can split a Bitcoin into 100 million smaller digital units called Satoshis. So you understand the way the analogy is working here. Does anybody else understand what I'm saying? So I got $1, there's 100 pennies, I got a Bitcoin, it's 100 million Satoshis. So what a lot of people miss is you don't have to buy, like a Bitcoin right now, let's call it 20,000 bucks, right, for one Bitcoin. But I don't need $20,000. I can buy $5 in Bitcoin, but I'm just buying those smaller segments called Satoshis. So right now, do you have Cash App? Pull Cash App out. Let's just do it right now. Let's get it. So you get what I'm saying. That's perfect. That's perfect. That's exactly why we're here in the men's ministry, right? So we're rocking it. Now you're in your Cash App. Look on the bottom. Go to the main menu. Look to the bottom right-hand side. You're gonna see a funny looking B. Almost looks like the dollar sign with a line going. Yes. Click on the B, right? And you can say buy. So take $5 and you buy. You understand what I'm saying? So even though on television they're telling you that a Bitcoin is $20,000 or $100,000 or whatever it is at the time. I think the highest has ever been 69,000 and some change, right? You can buy small amounts of Bitcoin on different platforms. Having said that, what Adina was referring to is that for wallets, I can speak about this because I got a loud mouth in the military thing, right? Okay, got you. People are listening to me online. So the wallet piece to it is very important. So with the Bitcoin, when you buy a Bitcoin, if you buy it on the exchange is holding that money. Like right now, you have money that's in the bank, right? And the bank is controlling your money. Have you ever gone somewhere, like one time I went to Thailand to buy like a ring way long time ago, and they didn't think it was me.